The most underrated anime and the masterpiece anime that was not seen. I'm talking about Pluto anime. Let's go straight to the point. One of the animes that I was waiting for was the beautiful work of dear mangaka Naoki Urasawa called Pluto. Many of you probably don't know this mangaka by name. He is the creator of the very famous and popular anime Monster. And an interesting point is that there are the same elements that are the same in both Monster and Pluto, especially the noses of these characters. But unfortunately, this mangaka's new anime, Pluto, was not as famous and hyped as it should be. But why? Well, let's go to the full explanation of why such a masterpiece was not seen. In general, I want to say that the story of this work is very good, but the end may not go as you expect. Not that it had a bad ending, no, but the ending of this work is not considered a masterpiece. That is, except for Monster, in general, Naoki Urasawa usually cannot finish his masterpiece story in a masterpiece way. And this beautiful work came in the form of 8 episodes that Netflix broadcasted. The story of this anime is about killing or destroying a bunch of robots. These robots are very popular and do important things in the world, and they are the strongest robots in the world. And a detective follows this case to see who is doing these murders and messed up the world. But what is this video about? This beautiful anime, which we will analyze later, was not seen enough when it was published. I searched some data and researched about it to see what its status is like, but I saw that there is not as much information about it as it should be. And there are many reasons why this work could not reach the place it should. In addition to the usual ending that we mentioned, one of the main reasons is the Netflix streaming method, which probably this method has a special benefit for themselves. But unfortunately, when the broadcast is not weekly, the anime will have less opportunity to be seen and it will remain hyped for the less time. Because all the episodes are released in one day, and according to the web search data that I checked, the moment this anime was released, the number of searches went up and became hyped. But 2 or 3 days later, this number started to fall. But if this work was broadcast weekly, in addition to the fact that you would follow this work for 8 weeks, the 1 week between each episode would make your mind more involved, discuss it with others, and understand the information of that episode better. Especially this work, which is a relatively heavy anime, and I think it could have lasted 24 episodes instead of 8. Let me give you an example, an anime like Jujutsu Kaisen. You saw every episode of this anime, a lot of new data, new edits and new reviews were made about it, which made it better day by day, which really happened, and Jujutsu became the best anime of the year. And the next thing, we go to my anime list site, I see that about 60,000 people voted for Pluto, which is a very small number, and compared with the works that aired at the same time as Frieren, which was voted for by about 360,000 people voting for it, you can clearly see the difference. But unfortunately, what we are facing is the destruction of the potential of a work, not the work itself. Because this case does not diminish anything from this anime itself. And the next reason for not being hyped that we didn't mention, the airing of this work at the same time as the most hyped episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen and the final episode of Attack on Titan, which left the entire internet and were discussed completely, even though we were all spoilers and I knew what was going to happen. But again, the main reason was the Netflix streaming. But in general, I want to say this work didn't even lack anything in terms of animation and was completely satisfactory. The story was also a masterpiece, and yes, it was really sad, and since I expected this anime to live and sit down to discuss and analyze it, it was disappointing. And one thing that is clear in this middle is that some topics and details are lost in this work, and this is normal because when you see this one after another, you don't have time to think about its hidden points and details, and you don't understand and quickly reject it. And that was one of the biggest losses we did to ourselves. In short, if you haven't seen this work yet, go watch it and enjoy it. And thank you very much for watching this video until the end, and this is my channel, Eyes and Anime. I would appreciate it if you subscribe, and have a nice day.